through being aware and honoring and welcoming these emotions. And if an emotion gets stuck or suppressed, then we might feel that anxiety, that depression, or that lower mood, or whatever kind of those physical symptoms might come out because possibly we may have a stuck emotion. And through movement, we could allow them to move freely because... Hey mama, welcome to Naturally Empowered Living, your safe space to guiding you on your unapologetic self-awakening journey to learning your energy of alignment and feeling good again. This is your weekly sanctuary to wake up from autopilot and transform the way you approach motherhood and life through the power of meditation, energetics, and root cause therapy. It's my mission to help you embody the foundations of self-love, trust, and inner connection to be unapologetic in the evolution of who you are. Here, we honor all parts of ourselves, the messy and the magic, the shadows and the light. If you are ready to get to the roots of cultivating real change, warm up that cold coffee, pop in your earbuds, and tighten that top knot, mama. Let's discover our power within together. Hello, beautiful mamas. Welcome back to another episode of the Naturally Empowered Living podcast. This is your host, Jenna Smith, and currently I should be road tripping and be on the coast of the United States at this point of this air date. I first road trip with the family. James, my husband, and I have taken this trip a few times before we had kids, and this is the first time officially that we're going with kids, and I'm obviously recording this before we go. I'm just so excited. And here we go. Also another announcement slash I love you slash just happy 40th birthday to my amazing husband. I know he doesn't listen to my podcast, but I just want to send out all the loving birthday energy, all the vibes out there for him on his special day, July 22nd. Happy 40th birthday. Thank you for being born. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being on this road trip. And hopefully we are not feeling so confined in a truck with two little kids driving cross country. But no, I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. And our plans are to be tent camping but then have breaks and stay at hotels and have hot tub fun. And I stayed in South Dakota a few times, and I feel like South Dakota is one of the best states that caters to young kids. I don't know why, but every time I've been to South Dakota, all the hotels have water slides in them. What? And one of them had a mini golf and blow up inflatable, the jumper things in the hotel in South Dakota. I was like, oh my gosh, I love you, South Dakota. So I made a note for my husband. I was like, we need to make sure to hit up the good hotels if we stay at one in South Dakota, because I just remember that from past trips and past road trips and things. So anyways, yay, happy day, wherever you are listening, whatever day you are listening. I am really stoked to be here with you today, and I will be listening back to these episodes live. I'm really excited. I plan to unplug, right, on our road trip and really just be and connect with nature, connect with my family, connect to the present moment, and get outside as much as possible and just be. That is I'm so excited to go for a walk in the mountains and to tent camp, even though it's probably gonna be crazy chaotic with a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. I don't even care. To be able to show them, we are very outdoorsy as it is. So it's not like they're going to be totally shocked, right? But I just can't wait to get out of our normal nature routine and get out and see things, to see the world and parts of the world, right? We're staying in the United States, but just to see different parts of the world. And mountains have a special place in my heart, and I feel like I'm going to live there one day. So yeah, this road trip I'm very, very excited for. Anyways, I was not expecting to go off on this little lovey tangent for the first few minutes of this episode. I am just really excited, if you can't tell. So lots of prep to be done because we're traveling this weekend first to traveling for a holiday, and we're going out of state, and then we get back for a few days, and then we're going on a 2-week road trip. So lots going on. We are going to be gone the entire month of July. I think we're home for 7 days in the month of July, but this is something that my husband and I have talked about. This has been a dream of ours, to be able to travel throughout the year and be kind of nomadic. And granted, we still have our home base. We did not go as far as selling our house yet, but we've talked about that even. And yeah, there's there's this pull through both of us that we just feel so connected to the outdoors. And I don't know, we haven't settled our roots yet. Let's just say that. So moving forward, today's episode, we are diving into the benefits of daily movement. Now, y'all know, if you were with me when I started this podcast, I really started this brand, Naturally Empowered Living, when I was a brand new mom. I started a blog, and I knew that I was struggling with my mindset. Like, I really struggled with postpartum anxiety, postpartum depression. I struggled with like my health habits, like feeling like myself again in my body after, giving birth and then nursing for 15 months with my first. And also my time management, of course, being selfless, like giving yourself and your all to someone else, keeping another human alive. Your whole life gets turned upside down in the most beautiful way possible. But there's a lot of turbulence. There's a lot of hard moments, and there's a lot of darkness in these moments. So that's when I started Naturally Empowered Living. It was really focusing on mindset, health, and time management. And also, if you were with me prior to even starting that blog in 2020, I was affiliated with a network marketing company, and I still use their products. I still love the company, but I've always been very passionate with exercise. I've been very passionate with movement, with exercise, with moving our body, and it's been really beautiful. And I kind of had this epiphany moment as I was just like thinking about this episode. I had this epiphany moment, like, oh my gosh, like I've been so passionate. Like, exercise has always held a very special place in my heart. Never really for the physical, benefits. It's always been like that internal, that mental piece, like to help my anxiety, to be that outlet for me, to be that release. And as I was diving into, the world of energetics, and like within the past couple years, really being on this path of energy and spirituality, it's been crazy, because I was like, oh my gosh, like how many times have I heard like emotions are energy in motion? And I've always had this passion, this connection with exercise to be able to feel better, because I'm able to physically move energy through my body to feel better. And it was like, boom, 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 like these light bulbs were just like, oh my gosh, la. So this is why I wanted to bring this episode for you today, because also, to continue on the story of Jenna's life, exercise and we've been through a lot also. Like I've always been very passionate. It's always been a very important, concrete piece within my life. It's always been, let's say, easy for me because I've always enjoyed it. I've always followed with what feels good, like what type of exercise feels good, because I never held on to that stigma to get the physical results, or if I wasn't receiving those physical results, then have resentment, right? Like it's always been that joy, a passion of mine, because it's always helped me feel good. However, exercise and we've been through a lot. Like exercise and we've been through lots of seasons, like through eating disorders. Like I had a bad relationship with exercise. Exercise has helped me through breakups. Exercise has helped me with my comebacks. Exercise has helped me with my postpartum blues. And now the roller coasters of motherhood. Like since having my second, I used to work out every day, like actively like following a routine, probably 5 to 6 days a week. Now it's like 2 to 3 days, maybe, if I'm following like a strict routine. However, I'm still getting the daily movement. So this is kind of like that perspective shift that I really hope to drive home with you today, that it doesn't have to be this strict, rigorous regimen to be able to get the movement that your body craves, that even maybe your mental health craves, to reap those results, those benefits. And first, I really want to dive into like how exercise can help alchemize, the emotions in your states of being, because you've probably heard how exercise can help your mood, and how it can boost your physical energy, and how it can, boost your stamina to get through the day, to help with anxiety, depression, regulate your overstimulation, help with your sleep, right? You've probably heard almost, I don't want to say surface level things, because that's what's drawn me into exercise, and all those things have helped me. Like that is 1000% why I love exercise so much, because it helps me with all those things, and they're all very true. However, I personally stopped like at that surface level of an answer, because like that I got that, but I never like really looked deeper into the how. And now I am. Like now I'm bringing that concept that's so much deeper, like on a cellular anatomical level, how exercise and daily movement can impact your entire essence of being, not just your physical body. If that's a goal of yours, great, but also your mental, spiritual, and emotional bodies as well. So let's kind of jump into a little bit about how emotions are energy and motion. Everything, you've heard me say this before, everything is made up of energy. Like think back to your science class in middle school, high school, like down to the atoms, the molecules, the matter. Everything is made up of energy, which means our emotions are also energy, and suppressing or repressing these energies, it can create stagnation. It could create physical pain. We could have these chronic or maybe even acute physical ailments or symptoms because of stuck emotions. And when we allow this energy to flow, maybe through awareness, through movement, we can access, a deeper awareness of being within our body through being aware and honoring and welcoming these emotions. And if an emotion gets stuck or suppressed, then we might feel that anxiety, that depression, or that lower mood, or whatever kind of those physical symptoms might come out, because possibly we may have a stuck emotion. And through movement, we could allow them to move freely, because emotions and our feelings, there are no good or bad emotions. Like they are all relevant, they are all valid, they are all justified, and they just want to communicate something to us, right? Like emotions and feelings, they want to communicate something to you. However, through vulnerability or scared of vulnerability, through fear of what people might think, fear what you might think, just however we are conditioned to compound these emotions within our bodies to get stuck, that's when we get these physical ailments. So to be able to learn how to release them, to allow these emotions to communicate with us what they want to communicate, and then allow them to move and flow and free themselves to release, to regenerate and alchemize back into our innate essence of love and bliss and ease and all these beautiful things. So when we are aware and allow emotions to surface, that is how they continue their fluidity, and through us, through the flow through our bodies and everything like that, throughout resistance. And then they could break the stagnation and they could change quickly. So have you ever heard of the emotion scale, right? So again, no energy or feeling is bad. However, those lower vibrational energies of anger, jealousy, frustration, disconnection, unworthiness, those can change into the joy, the love, the excitement, the ease, right? Through movement. Or there's, of course, other modalities, but movement is one of them, because we are able to physically release and allow the energies to move through us. This ever-changing energy flow, it starts with awareness, right? And it starts with the intentionality of committing to this daily movement. So to celebrate, let's make this perspective shift of, okay, I don't have to follow this strict regimen. Maybe that's where you're hung up. Like ask yourself, where am I struggling with moving every day? Like where am I struggling with making this a commitment to allow my body to naturally express itself through movement? Is it lack of time? Is it fear of not knowing what I'm doing? Is it fear of, not being in shape, right? What if we change that perspective to being able to celebrate this movement every day? Being able to celebrate that I'm able to go on a walk with my kids today. So in this perspective shift of turning the fear or the lack of time into celebration and gratitude, we possibly may be able to make this connection of what we really are capable of, right? Maybe today I'm just going to sit and move my body and just listen to my breath, but intentionally be aware of my breath and feeling the energies flowing through my body while I'm doing this work. Like it's a miracle. And of course, sometimes we feel like we could go on a run, or we could go on a walk, or do this weightlifting workout, but it doesn't always have to look like that. Sometimes your workouts might be completely decompressing, releasing stress and anxiety. Yet other times it might be solely just being and marveling in this is what my body can do, and just really being intentional with noticing the energies moving within your body with these subtle, simple movements. So, how are some simple ways of how to incorporate exercise within your lifestyle? Because, of course, we like this tangibility, right? If you are struggling with that lack of time, or struggling with, I'm always with my kids, when am I going to find the time? Or struggling with, I'm so out of shape, how am I going to be able to even get started, right? Number one is simply move your body and keep it that simple. Go on a walk for 20 minutes. Walk up and down your stairs 5 times. Just move your body. Look up on YouTube a sun salutation yoga flow. It's just keep it simple. And number 2, this kind of flows right into it. Learn about your needs and follow what feels good. Maybe today you really need to go on a walk. It is gorgeous outside. You want to get in the sun. Your kids are overstimulated. To pop them in that stroller. They instantly, get happy, or give them a snack on your walk. The sun, feeling the sun on your face, the wind in your face just feels so good. And you could go on this walk and get movement in also. Like, what do you feel that you need right now? What will feel good right now? Or maybe you're on your luteal phase of your menstrual cycle. You have zero motivation. You have zero energy. Then maybe you could look into that sun salutation, or just look into a simple, subtle movements and focusing on your breath and your breathing technique, doing some breathing technique exercises. Maybe some days you really want to do cardio. Maybe some days you really want to get a good weight training in. You had a really bad day at work. You're really overstimulated. You get home. Your husband said he'll take the kids, and you could go lift some weights. Learn about what you need in this moment. And number 3 is, it does not ever have to look perfect. Start messy. Allow it to stay messy, right? It's hardly ever going to be perfect. I love that. I don't know the last time I've worked out in the gym. Like, if I go to a hotel, I'm like, oh my gosh, they have a gym. Like, that's like a luxury for me now. But I enjoy working out at home because it saves me so much time. I'm able to multitask and get my kids in their high chairs, or eating a snack, or maybe on their tablets if they're just not having a good day, and I'll give them some screen time and I get a workout in. Like, start messy, and it's okay if it stays there. So many people quit before they even get started because they think of all the hardships that can arise. Even if they won't arise, they just think of all these what ifs. How can I work out with my kids? What if you include them? What if it's just not possible but they're still home with me all day? Do it while they're eating, or turn on a movie, right? I love including my kids. My daughter, my gosh, she's 2.5, and she does downward dog better than I do. Like, she loves it. Like, just include them, make it fun, right? Like, find the fun in fitness again. Do what feels good, but also do what brings you joy. And get your kids involved if they want to. It's so fun where, I'm planking and they're like crawling under me, like army crawling under me, or I'm on my back doing an ab exercise and they're jumping on me or like punching my stomach. Like, I used to call Jace, like, he was the best personal trainer because he'd always do that. He'd always sit on my lap while I was doing like abs or something, and he'd be punching my stomach. So, like, just follow what feels good, right? Reach out to me. I would love to give you ideas. And also, don't fret, don't fear, don't feel that you aren't good enough to follow the modifier. I love following the modifier, and half the time I follow the modifier while I'm holding my child. So following the modifier, I mean, it's if you are following some sort of like workout DVD or something, obviously, where there is an option to have a modifier on YouTube or some other modality there. But the gist there is, don't fear starting slow, because your form is so much more important than your intensity. And I will say that time and time again, your form and how slow you go is more important than your intensity. Oh, I like it, for real. And I feel like that's a very overlooked fact. So, mama, exercise, move, because you love yourself and you're allowing your energies to naturally flow through you. It's not a punishment. You're choosing to feel good. You are choosing to move, to allow like your life to flow through you, right? It's your time. It's your reset. It's your connection. It's your release. It's your empowerment. Let it be what it is for you. And to help you get started, I have a bunch of freebies. I did not retire these freebies when I was still working in the capacity of the health and fitness space. I have a free habit tracker that you can really, and it also has like journal prompts and things like questions to ask yourself. Of course, I'm always about reflection. So it's a complete habit tracker. You could connect back to yourself to live the life that you love. So this habit tracker can be used for anything. It doesn't have to be just for exercise, but you could download it to help achieve just that sense of balance within your life. Let it be, I love using that polarizing topic of balance because I feel it depends how you feel in balance. And that is why balance is achievable, because we are always ebbing and flowing into different seasons within our life. But when we find our energy of alignment to feel balanced within that ever flowing ebbs and flows, that my friends, that is where it's at. So you could go to the show notes to grab that free habit tracker, and spoiler, the link to all of my freebies, you get access to my entire free resource library. So I have a transformation journal for exercising. There's like a diary in there to fill out your why, your goals, any sort of dates, affirmations, journal check-ins, and then I might have habit tracker in there too. I'm not sure. But I also have sample workouts in there. The other freebies, I have a week reflection and prep prompt that you do once a week. I have free printables for self-identity, self-esteem worksheets, journaling prompts for anxiety for moms, and meal prepping, how to make meal prep easier, faster, healthy food lists. Like I have so much. There's so much. And I didn't want to get rid of it as we are rebranding and kind of really getting narrowed in on finding your energy of alignment, because I feel that your health, your fitness, your not even fitness, your physical ability, that movement of energy within you, that is just as important. And I know that we are living in a modern world that we struggle finding easy meal prep, right? Having young kids, and we struggle with our self-esteem sometimes. So to have those worksheets, we struggle with our weekly accountability and productivity. So to have a reflection and prep, sheet for me to work through, I got you. So go to the link in the show notes, fill out your name and email to get that free habit tracker, and then you're going to have access to my entire free resource library. And I have a bunch of stuff in there. I haven't gotten rid of anything. I even have like daycare questions. Like this was way back, way back when I started. So I know this is completely like not niched in or however the business gurus would talk, but I still feel connected to these freebies. So they are there for you as you need them. I'm sending you so much love. Until next week, as always, simply be you. You have everything inside of you to learn your energy of alignment and be unapologetic in who you are. I'm sending my love and light.
Did you find this episode relatable or empowering? Peace with my love of you.
Thank you for spending this sacred time with me on Naturally Empowered Living. I pray this episode has brought you a step closer to tuning into your energy of alignment. And if it has, please consider leaving a written review sharing how this show has impacted you. Your feedback truly lights me up and helps other moms find their way to this community. And if it feels right, please share this episode with another mom who might be struggling to remind her that she's never alone. Be sure to check the show notes for more ways to connect and explore how we could work together to reclaim your power and deepen your relationship within. Thank you. I appreciate all you are and all you do.